Valkyria looking down on me. Oh boy. But we got dinos and raptors coming in. Here we go. Looking over. What I usually bring standard with Valkyria, just a shield and spear. 4 marauders in the front. 2 bloodletters and exalted bloodletter. 4 horsemen with throwing axes. Here we go. What do we got on my opponent's side? Harrison's side. Healing priest. No surprise there. Earth blood dwellers. And regrowth? No. Maybe. Source warriors. Skinks. Dinos, and more dinos. Chameleon stalkers. Kind of what I expected. Just a full infantry lance. Source scar veteran. Well, if I'm going to be honest, what I really expected was the shredder. But if I expected the shredder, these 2 minotaurs I brought... Whoops, sorry about that. Probably would have had an easier time because most of his army would have been wrapped up in just that alone. And then he'd only be able to afford, what, maybe 2 source warriors? Spears? Maybe 2 skinks at that. Or just go full skinks and I just tear through them with the Marauder Horsemen. And then the Marauder Horsemen could then just throw axes into the shredder because it's such a large and perfect target. And the Minotaurs mop it up. Yeah, that's a problem with that kind of build. I'm very fast on it. Valkyrie already coming into the back line of these skinks, trying to drag anything they can. And we're just trying to get some cheap. Wow, that was cheap. I hate that the spear only has 2 uses. That was good damage, but it only has 2 and doesn't do as much to certain units. Already, Valkyrie's caught because she weighs paper thin, and these Croxagore and Scar Veteran are going to be too much for her. Shield's broken down, and I'm just trying to click as fast as I can, as much as I can, into the water to slow them down. But, as you're about to find out, it's actually going to slow down Valkyria more than them, as they just keep pushing her in every direction. Yeah, this is a weird thing about this game. My opponent's trying to hit and my damn lord, and all it does is push her. Weird, but it is what it is. See, I get on it. And yeah, she's just gonna be stuck here for a while. And that's where most of my attention was built up. Didn't even notice Harris trying to move up with his units onto the points. But luckily, we got Minotaurs coming in to back up Valkyria. As soon as she gets out of there, or hopefully helps her get out of there, Saurus are going to intercept those Minotaurs, but they are not going to be there for long. Minotaurs with great weapons, won't do great. Valkyria getting the hell out of there, though. Beautiful. That's all I needed as a Croxagore kind of fend off. Trying to get the... I don't think Minotaurs would be worth beating up on Croxagore, so I just go for the Scar Veteran instead. Skinks are throwing their little javelins. They're doing damage, but they're more of a... They're tickling more than anything. And then we have our whole front line on his front line. These chameleons trying to deal with these bloodletters, but the bloodletters are going to just take those chameleons out. Jeez. Ooh, that's good damage. And with all that distracted, we send in the Cav. Plenty of axes, and even with... Oh no, they're just spear variants. I thought they had the shield too. No, those marauders will hunt, and they hunt well. Coming in to get into his backline with these marauder horsemen. Valkyria also providing some support. Just trying to kite my boys, but luckily it's not going to help that much. We still have a spear coming in. We have bloodletters and exalted bloodletters coming in. Gonna let him have his points as we try to just deal as much damage as possible. Damn, even the spear did great against swords. More Minotaurs coming in. I was pretty lackluster with my Minotaurs. I let them die when they really didn't need to. Running into the sources with spears. Real sloppy on my part, but when you have to micro this many units, it can be rough. The healing's good, but since most of my attacks are all fire-based, it's not going to be that great. Sword spears versus bloodletters. My money's on the bloodletters. Get 'em, boys. Get 'em. Watch 'em melt. But these Source warriors are no joke. They can fight. They put up a good fight, too. But they're more health than anything else. They do have solid stat lines, though. But unfortunately, my demons have better stat lines. In my opinion. I mean, for 50 points more, they should. Honestly, I do think bloodletters could be knocked down to 700 and be fine. Spell did 200 damage, not bad. Awakening the Wood. And we are now just bursting through. Source Veteran's gonna take his time trying to deal with all these units, but those are Minotaurs, son. And those are Skinks trying to back him up, so not the greatest. But yeah, not the worst either, so. But we are up in value, so that's the only saving grace right now. We also have more Minotaurs just trying to beat down these birds, the Source, Scar Veteran. We got more chaos coming in, the form of warriors and bloodletters. Just spamming bloodletters seems to be the right call. And if I was paying attention, I could get those bloodletters, well, those exalted bloodletters into killing some of these units. But also, where could I put them in? Probably in the back of these skink cohorts. Oh man, that was a great charge from just 8 Minotaurs? Jeez. Did a good chunk. Chaos Warriors trying to just beat them in. Recapture the second with these Marauders with throwing axes, and chase off these Feral Cold Ones with Valkia. So everything's going somewhat according to plan. Getting a nice lead. The ward save is great, but I don't know if it was worth it. It was on multiple units, but it was against only one unit. So I don't know if the value was really there for that. What was it, 15-20% ward save? That poor Ruperdactyl's trying to come down. Just doesn't know where it wants to go. Such an awkward thing. Hits my Bloodletters. So that's only 200 because of their spell resistance. Thank goodness. Scarvander's trying to come in, and we're just throwing everything. Now, honestly, these Marauder Horsemen, if you keep these long enough in the game, they will make their value, and then some. They're probably our best unit, next to Fleshhounds and Bloodletters. Minotaurs ever since they got nerfed. Yeah. I would consider Minotaurs our best, if it wasn't for the nerf. They dropped their melee defense and attack down, because you could recycle them, or bring them back, or, yeah, resummon them. And when you resummon them, they'll have all that extra points from the Gore Fiend. Which, I don't understand their programming on this. CA's programming, I don't understand why they can't just reset it. I guess it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, and then we have Furies coming into Cold Ones who are already weakened, just trying to provide some just some leadership debuff and get as many points as we can off them. We're going to send those Exalted Bloodletters down. Or no, we're going to send them into the Cold Ones. They're going to push our poor boys, those clever girls. But we're also going to surround them. Exalted Bloodletters are doing nuts. Amounts of work. Doing work. And here they are. The boys in their halberds. I was going to say heralds. Ugh. We're almost on a triple CAD too. We almost have his Harrison's home objective too. We got the Slann Priest surrounded right now. These Marauder Horsemen going into those skinks. Shove them off, boys. Shove them into the dirt. Throwing the ward save over there, which is nice, but my Marauders are gonna go somewhere else. He'll protect his Riperdactyls, but not for long. I think he's trying to get some healing on him? No, that's just his Deadly Onslaught, yeah. As those halberds will punish that Scar Veteran quite easily. Valkia coming in. He's trying to recapture the second objective, but we're going to say no. No, no, no. Even with all those units on, he still hasn't captured it. That's weird. I wonder why that is. No, it's just so beautiful. Look at all that red. Look at all those skulls to collect. And that Scar Veteran on that dino is so cool. I'm just admiring the dinosaur. Look at it. It's so cool. God! Makes me want to go play Magic now and make a dino deck. Especially with the Ixalan coming out soon. It's going to be great. Alright, enough of that. Valkyrie almost died, so we got to get her out of there. We're setting more reinforcements to the second objective so we can hold that. His home, for the third objective, my bad. And his home objective, though, is also being contested. More Chaos Warriors on the side over here. They should be able to outlast some of those Scar Veterans. More Chameleon Sphinx coming in as those Furies try to do this. But yeah, it's looking pretty fine so far. We got them on the run. The Chameleons aren't doing as much damage as they should, and those Bloodletters will fight. Furies jump behind the Chameleons, and then finishing off them will be the Bloodletters. I really don't like Furies at all, but in this instance, with so many skinks, this is really where they should shine. And the Ripperdactyls. I figured there'd be some Ripperdactyls. And it makes sense. If I ever bring, what are those? The Exalted Bloodthirster. Ripperdactyls would be a problem. And I think no, I don't know if Ripperdactyls are great against Bloodletters either. Definitely good against Chaos Warriors. More chameleons just trying to waste their ammo on stinky, stinky little Furies. And here come the Bloodletters, who will mop up a good chunk of these. Are those horned ones with spears? What are these? Cold ones with... yeah, cold one spear riders. Okay. Lizardmen Knights. Love the sound of that. They're not Grail Knights, but they're solid. And seeing these boys at 48 models makes me wish Juggernauts were at 48 models. Why aren't they at 48 models? Please, someone tell me the reason why. Khorne Juggernauts at 1700 don't have 48 models. Please, give me a good reason. Give me a solid reason why we shouldn't have good anti-heavy cav units. Please, give me a reason. Ugh. I mean, those spear riders can't handle damn near anything. But our poor Juggernauts can barely, can barely tickle any pickle. And aren't really worth it. Unless they're Knights of the Brazen Throne. Knights of the Brazen Throne, I think, are worth it. You can make those boys worth their value. With their bonuses, man. I wish Juggernauts actually had Knights of the Brazen Throne ability to get that extra mass and charge bonus. It would make them actually worth their use, in my opinion. God. And here we go. Especially when you have all these giant, heavy cav units everywhere. Yeah, it would be nice. Get on it, CA. Make Khorne great again. Alright, don't quote me on that. Oh, Valky's getting beaten up. Get out of there, Valky. Those Ripperdactyls are going to finish her off. Colin Spear Rares are coming to my objective now. It looks like Harrison retook his. As he should. He's a strong player. And those horsemen are pretty much out of ammo and out of use. And he's caught up in value. If you count healing, I guess we're even. But I don't see... I think he used healing once. One healing spell. The rest have been nothing but Awaken the Woods. Yeah, it's not looking too great. We still have horsemen, and I'm throwing them away at this point just to stall out. I couldn't summon them to get them back in, which would probably be the better idea, seeing as how they just evaporated. Send in Furies to let Valkyrie not get murdered by these Ripperdactyls. Eventually finish off anything else. Skin cohorts would be ideal. Bloodletters are the... yeah, today's the name of the game, and the name of the game is Bloodletters, because they're the only things that are going to be able to save me since they trade so upwardly. And that Scar Veteran's by himself. He's going to get the what for. Those cold ones are going to be nuts. He should get the wraparound with those Spear Riders to really hammer in those Bloodletters. He's got all the mobility. But to be fair, with the Scar Veteran and everything else, I too would think that'd be enough to finish them. And he's got so many more cold ones. No! Yeah, the Deadly Onslaught comes in. Yeah, Harrison thought that was going to be a sort of Khorne dropping down on there, and if it was, at this point, that'd be great. Probably win me the game at that point. Or, not win me the game, but at least give me a leg up. All his heavy cav units just dropped in half a second. I honestly think the Khorne army ability, the Sword of Khorne, really should go down in price. And not price, but how many kills are required to get it. Because 100 kills isn't as easy as it sounds, especially with all the healing in this game that goes on. And here come more Bloodletters. Like I said, what we're serving today, blood. Right into the Cold One Riders. Surprised the other Bloodletters are still alive and not crumbled, but I guess with these hitting the back line, that makes sense. Take pressure off the flank. And here come Marauder Horsemen. Almost captured my home objective. Almost, but we're trading upwardly. We're getting value. I don't think there's any more Winds of Magic for Harris because his Slan Spellcaster hasn't done shit. Matter of fact, he's by himself right now, and we got Bloodletters still pushing up against Kroxigor. Horsemen coming in to try to take the third objective now. Probably could have also gone for the second objective, but I want to weaken these Sword Spears and make Harris try to respond. Which he will, soon enough. Yeah, it looks like he's reinforcing the first objective anyways. Trying to get to his home. Trying to get into the flank of these Sword Spears so we can throw axes into their back. Lower... and make them turn around so we can get the flank off soon enough. I mean, they are slow. We are fast. We throw axes. They don't. Kroxigor's coming in. Gonna be useless as always. To be fair, though, they were beating Valkia quite good and keeping her in check, so I guess they're not as useless. And that Scar Veteran's gonna go soon. Man, that thing's gonna thorn in my side all game. But no, we recapture our home objective. We should be good. Just trying to make these spears chase us. We're just throwing axes, trying to weaken them as much as we can so we can get capture weight to take that objective. Man, those Kroxigor. And it's getting real even. In terms of value and points, I don't like the look of this, guys. I don't like the look of this. My boys are getting beaten down. We are low on units. We have half the amount of units he has. Shit. To be fair, a good chunk of his are actually running off, so take that with a grain of salt. It's probably like more of like 8 to 11 right now. Actually, looking at the board right now, it's probably more of 8 to 8. Yeah, Kroxigor's coming in still. We're gonna throw more axes. Got another thing of Marauder Horsemen coming on to his objective on the third. So we should... and we got Marauders coming in to solidify our third objective. It's really coming down to these Marauder Horsemen. If I don't capture with these Horsemen, I am done. Yup, chase off those skinks, caught them off guard. The other Sword Spears, throwing axes in, and we should charge in with the back line with these boys. And here comes the sandwich! Ha ha ha! Good shit, boys. That's going to chase them off, and we got it. We got it. That's going to be it. The nail in the coffin. He's got more spears coming in, but we're going to throw more axes into him. I believe those are cold ones. Yep, cold ones coming in, but that's not going to be enough. 32 models versus my 120? No, not even close. And we are just reinforcing completely. That was a good steal. Go, Marauders, go! You need to throw those Marauders into those Spore Spears before I lose them all. And here comes the charge, baby. Dogs coming in to finish off those boys. Spears just... oh, man. My boys ate that spear. Yup, that's going to be it, folks. Man, I pulled that one out of my ass, jeez. Another charge in the back of those damn Saurus warriors. Dogs chasing off anything they can. Throw more spears into them. Charging at those skinks. One last charge, folks. One for the road. Hey, yeah! And no, he's not going to capture this objective. Not anytime soon because the game's over. GG's, Harris. GG's. All right, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? Valkia, you didn't make your value, did you? No. I was 1,000 off. Exalted Bloodletters did great for 1 summons, but I also got the same amount of value for resummoning these boys, though. Those other Bloodletters. Marauder Horsemen did solid. Pretty damn solid. They captured points. They killed a lot. Honestly, just so good. Yeah. I think I could have dropped the dual weapon Great Axe Minotaur for something else. I maxed out on Bloodletter, so I couldn't. Well, maybe one more Bloodletter. Or another Chaos Warrior. And some dogs. Furies. Forsaken. Who knows? But yeah, Harrison gave me a run for my money. And that was a long one, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please like, sub on here. We are trying to win it. And to do that, we need more subs. And hey, you can catch me on stream Fridays, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. When you do, you can come play. Get your video on here. Get your replay on here if you want. Alright, folks, with all that said, y'all have a good one. Peace, and goodbye for now.